Good evening, friends. Jason here once again for AxodysFC. And the Gift Orban uh, saga continues. Sounds like Tottenham's definitely interested. They are concerned that the price that Ghent is asking is too high. So now, apparently, an agent is working to, I think, Gift's agent, an agent with some kind of connection to him, is working to hopefully negotiate something to get the price into a range that Spurs will accept. I hope they can get it done. The more video I've watched, the more, crazy the story seems, and just surprisingly good the player is. And now that said, I do really want to watch the Conference League game where they played West Ham and were eliminated by West Ham, and he didn't score. One of the few games he didn't score. So I do kind of want to see how he performed against Premier League talent, and see him in a disappointing scenario. But yeah, the more the more I've seen and heard about him in the last couple of days, the more excited I am about him, just because it's such a crazy story in terms of he's been barely playing professional soccer for like a year maybe at this point. And he's talented for sure. And actually, whereas some of the initial videos I'd seen, a week or so back, I think when I first brought him up, he was mostly scoring like in the box, getting kind of poacher's goals. And anyway, since then I've seen a lot more of like his impressive shots from distance. And so he seems to have a ton of ability, and he definitely seems like an Ange kind of striker. So I'd love to see him, working his way into, there's no way I see him coming in and being a starter. But I definitely could see him coming in late in games, or for like those last 20 to 30 minutes. But who knows? I mean, maybe if he is really as good as he's shown, even against Premier League competition, I mean, sky's the limit, I guess. But anyway, fascinating player, fascinating story, and just the timing seems really good for Spurs. So I'm hopeful about that. In other Spurs related news, it's transfer season where nothing is happening on the outgoing seemingly. It's interesting. Do we want to keep Lo Celso? It sounds like Napoli and Barcelona are both pretty interested in him. Will they want to spend what we would want to get for him? I'd definitely rather keep him than certainly Højbjerg. Will we be able to move him out? Will we be able to move Lloris out? Sounds like Laszlo's a pretty strong possibility, but again, our wanting to get money for it may be an obstacle. I hope we get these things worked out in the next day or two. Besides Lo Celso, Ndombele. 2 teams in Turkey are interested in him. He probably doesn't want to go there, so I'm not sure what happens. Even if we can agree with him, how can we convince him to go? It's it's challenging. I I really want to hear somebody has gone out in the next day or two. If it's a couple, even better. But what a what a crazy uh, transfer situation Tottenham's in. And speaking of that, looks like and Barca sounds like the director of football, who's in the process of leaving Barcelona, like at the beginning of September, sounds like we've been linked with him now, and I think he's fairly favorably regarded there. He's only been there a couple years, I want to say. He wasn't the reason for all their financial issues. He just had to work with them, and considering they just won the La Liga title last year, I mean, he did a pretty good job, it would seem, in his time there. So I'm just interested in actually having a director of football to take care of things like our ridiculous outgoings, and hopefully having a plan in place so that we can get our signings done early, don't have them hanging over our heads, and we can just get our business done and get on with coaching up the team. In Ange's case is what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's kind of a promising development. We'll see what comes of it. On the Women's World Cup front, I slept normally through the game, although I woke up kind of early and had the option to catch the second half. Chose to go back to sleep essentially, and England ended up winning 3-1 over Australia. So Australia will play Sweden in the 3-4 game Saturday morning, 1 a.m. my time. Doubt I'll bother with that one. The final is 3 a.m. my time, Sunday morning. I might consider that one. I haven't figured out when Tottenham plays my time on Sunday, but it could just be a big early morning of football, and I don't know. It's that time of year. I don't mind, and if I go to bed early, it's doable. So anyway, that's about it for today. As usual, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy these quick little evening walks and talks, please, by all means, like, subscribe, keep coming back, leave a comment if you have anything to say about what I've had to say. And on that note, stay well, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. And remember, to dare is to do.